everybody. I'm Sophie from Sophie and Marco Dish on the Movies. Hey, today I'm reviewing Season 3 of Californication, one of Marco's favorite TV shows. And in turn, he will be reviewing my favorite television show of all times, and that's Grimm. And I think it's Season 2, my most favorite of all TV shows, like I just said already. Okay, well, the name of the episode I'm reviewing is called, quote, Wish You Were Here. Hank Moody, played by David Duchovny, who I liked on the original X-Files, of which I saw every episode, is the main character, and he has a daughter named Becca and a wife, Karen, who works in New York. In this episode, Rick Springfield, the 80s singer, and he's also an actor. He's played in several TV shows.
That's not episode 1. That's episode 3.
Oh, sorry. I started watching the wrong episode. Well, he's going to be showing up in the series, apparently. And Kathleen Turner does show up in this episode.
Yeah.
She's an award-winning actress who is, what's his name? One of the main characters.
Charlie Runkle.
Charlie Runkle's boss. And she's also on the show. And then there's the main character who plays a police officer on Chicago PD, and I haven't gotten his name yet, but he has a very significant role right off the bat and does something really unbelievable.
Richard Bates.
His name is Richard Bates. Well,
yes, Sophie.
He's a visiting author who goes off the wagon, gets buck naked, and jumps out the kitchen window.
What else does he do, Sophie?
In front of a bunch of dinner guests. Well, that's the part. I mean, he gets buck naked, comes into the kitchen, and does a little dance. I'm not going to explain what he does because I don't think it would be a good idea. And then all of a sudden he goes, I want to go swimming, or I want to get wet, or something like that. And he runs to part of the kitchen with the window that I guess overlooks the swimming pool, I hope.
I don't think they have a swimming pool.
Oh my God.
I think he just goes and runs into the field.
And he jumps out the window. And, well, it's probably faked out, but he doesn't get injured. And you see him then in the next episode, or the next part of it, he's running around in the yard naked. Like he's,
wild man!
He's a drunk.
That's what he is. He's a wild man.
Thankfully, Becca, David Duchovny's daughter, and her high school friend, who's the daughter of the English department chair, and who's throwing this little dinner party. Her daughter's name is Chelsea. Well, Becca and Chelsea are really good friends. Thankfully, they'd already excused themselves from the table, which I am thankful for because it just really shocked me. The language, especially the nudity and the fake sex, are a little disconcerting because I'm just not used to seeing that on TV. Not every 2 minutes. The language is just a little much. Kathleen Turner, with her acerbic wit and total directness, plays a sexual harassing boss. And according to Marco, kind of like a female Harvey Weinstein.
Well, the point of it is that in season 1, he sort of took advantage of his secretary, and so now it's sort of like the tables have turned to where she's his boss and she's taking advantage of him. So it's kind of like a reversal of season 1.
Okay, well, since I'm just watching this season, this is all I know. So she's mouthing such explicit comments to her employee Runkle, Charlie Runkle, that I'm not sure as to whether or not to repeat them, and I won't, because I don't think I even could, not even to myself with the door closed. I think David Duchovny is shown having sex with at least 3 different people. A couple of them might have been in his dreams. I can't remember, because he has these Now it could have happened previously. Like I said, this is season 3, so it could have happened. These things, episodes or times when he had sex with these people, could have happened in other episodes. I don't know, but they show him doing that in the episode. Like, and then you look at him and he's at a meeting, and instead of focusing on the meeting, he's thinking about that. In real life, David Duchovny is a sexual addict, and he's announced that a long time ago. And he got help for it. It messed up his marriage, but anyway, this is a real thing. So it just made me wonder, why did he do a show like this?
And I met David Duchovny.
And Marco met David Duchovny at, do you remember what?
Wizard World Philadelphia 2016.
Okay.
Or 2015.
We have gone to a few things like that, which were kind of different and fun and annoying in certain ways at other times. I liked Philly, though. The sexual addiction, actually, Marco says, will figure into the story. So
It figures into the series as a whole.
This is a very sharp show in which there is comedy. Some of the sexual stuff, which I know is fake. It doesn't really bother me because it's just fake, and I know it. I'm not a dummy, and I'm not going to get upset about it. It's just the language is like a pile of sh you know what being thrown in your face. I once had a college writing class where we all had to read our poetry aloud and had to listen to one poem about gay sex. I was not prepared for listening to any poem about any sex of any kind first thing in the morning. It kind of made me sick to my stomach, just because I really wasn't prepared. And I was embarrassed because I couldn't believe anybody was repeating that stuff out loud in front of the group. So, and the professor. So anyway, despite all that, and I don't know how these actors do. I mean, take all their clothes off and pretend things, and I guess, if you get used to it and you have a good-looking body, it's no problem. The language, though, ugh. So I'll give it an A minus. It is very
a D.
An A minus.
Thank God.
Because it is very short. But for somebody, see this. Remember, this is season 3 for me. But it's really season 1.
Yeah.
And if you by season 3, somebody who's watched it for that many seasons, they're used to it, really. So if they see or hear anything, I don't think it would shock them. And
no way.
So for me, it's like jumping into a vat of either boiling hot water or freezing cold water and trying to swim all the way across the pool. It's just like, oh God.
Well, to me, something else that I took into consideration was which season has the best first episode. And in my opinion, this season has the best first episode.
Oh.
The second season has a pretty bad first. I'm not a fan of some of the stuff in the second season, especially like the stuff with like Karen and everything, stuff with her.
And Karen is the wife, right?
David
Duchovny's wife.
Yeah, and then season 1's opening episode is pretty good, but I really felt like season 3's one is the best.
And just to explain why I gave it an A minus is we don't do food ratings of television episodes. We do letter grades. Okay,
yeah.
We only do food ratings of movies. Okay.
And seasons.
Yeah, of a whole season. So at the end of this season, I will give it a food rating. Okay, and I gave it the grade, which is A minus, isn't bad at all, because it is sharply written and produced. So I imagine, well, it's like cable or something where you could never ever get away with doing anywhere near half the stuff, or even saying a sentence of what they say in previous years. So that's another thing. I really am not used to that. I don't know if I care for it either, but
Well, it's like a different thing. Like you can.
yes, it is a very different thing.
You can watch all these other normal shows like Andy Griffith's show.
Oh Lord.
And then you can put on this show afterwards, and it's like being in a different world. And so that's part of the fun of it, is that it's so different from everything else that's around. And I would also give this episode an A-. And I think Kathleen Turner is probably the best part.
She's good, and she's been in a lot of good things.
Maybe
she's won a lot of awards.
Maybe even of the whole season, she's probably the best part. Because, like, I'm not going to repeat the line in front of Safi.
No, please don't, because I don't think it should be on YouTube. Sorry.
But maybe one day I'll do, like, some sort of reenactments of my favorite Californication scenes. Because this is definitely one of them.
I don't know if you can do that on YouTube.
Yes, you can, Safi.
I don't believe it. I don't know if you could say this stuff.
Yes,
I really don't want to get into trouble.
These scenes are all over YouTube.
They are?
You can look up a Kathleen Turner compilation video of all her moments in season 3, Safi.
Oh my God.
It's 2020, not 1900.
I don't care. It's weird. She is really, she doesn't even bat an eyelash.
Get out of the alienist mindset.
I don't care. She doesn't even, this is her, that's why she's so good too. Because she has a character to play. She plays a character. It doesn't bother her at all. So.
But I think that her first scene is probably the best scene of the episode. Because the joke that she first says is a joke that took 2 entire seasons to build up to, because the joke of him being the something agent, I'm not going to say it in front of Safi, but the joke of him being that is like such a great joke that somehow it's probably one of the only jokes in television history that's able to be repeated like season after season, and it's still funny in season 3. That's what's so good about it. And her line delivery is just perfect.
Yeah, she's really good. That's another thing. Her timing is excellent.
The one thing I don't like about season 3, though, which is pretty funny since it's my favorite show, or one of my top favorite shows, is I don't like the look of it. I think that it looks very different from all the other seasons. It has sort of like an orange, yellowish look to it, like a hue to it. All the actors have this like orange makeup on their face. They have pink makeup on their lips. And I think that it has a very weird look to it. Like they all look like Oompa Loompas. And I think that would be the one critique that I would have about this episode. Just for the overall season, actually. So that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, well, that was Marco, and I just said it was going to be Safi, but it was probably good he jumped in because I didn't have all the names of everybody. I'll have to put that. I wrote this pretty quickly, but I have to do the whole season and a bunch of other things before the end of the month. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but.
So that's it. That's episode 1.
I'll be back.
Episode 2, The Land of Rape and Honey.
Well, that's the name of the episode, if you can believe that.